field, if you got some incompetence, let us know what the your expertise is and where you see it. I see it everywhere, and it's going to be affecting everybody very soon. What's up?
It'll actually get worse, I think.
It's
Just
getting
in the
worse.
near future. Yeah.
It's
Fewer
getting
people
worse.
coming into the trades, fewer people there to teach what's going on, and fewer people willing to learn. So,
It's so bad now. It's actually starting to affect the food now, to where you're starting to see a lot more recalls. You're starting to see a lot more laziness. Um, People just DGAF anymore.
yeah. No, I get it. Unfortunately, I do get it because I get to see it. Oh my God, look at the ugly face on that dude.
What's up? What's up, Steven? What's going on?
I do get to see it everywhere I go. I've said this story before, but there's a house that just got built within the last year. At 70 miles an hour on the highway from about 300 yards, I noticed at least 7 different things wrong with the house.
Yeah, yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah. And these people paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to get it built because it's on a nice plot of land. They had a pond put in. Like, they paid an arm and a leg for it. And when you can drive by and look over and be like, okay, I see this is wrong. I see this is wrong. That's a problem. That should not happen.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, when you can see it from that far away, no telling what else is behind the door. You get there.
Dude, I watched the framing go up on it. I knew the framing was messed up.
What's up,
Just
Mitchell
like,
Stevens? Watching while he's driving. That's commitment. Be careful, sir.
yeah,
Um, yeah, dude. What was it?
I
Twelve
see.
hundred amp, 1200 amp gear for a parking garage.
Yeah.
No bonding strap to the ground. Um, it's just it's everywhere, man. It's everywhere. And if it's on electrical, you know it's where everything else doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like it's so important for electrical. That bonding strap is the difference of
Oh,
your breaker tripping or not. It's what connects the grounds to the neutral. So if
see,
your neutral is never attached to the ground, if you short something to the ground, you have no path to trip the breaker.
yeah.
It's a big deal, and I don't know. Whoever makes the Siemens switchgear, you would think that they would express exactly how the thing's supposed to go. It's a freaking L bracket. I stared at it for about 20 minutes, and I was like, "Oh, okay. I think this might reach the back of the case once we take this extra bolt off." No instructions, no anything. All it is just an L bracket that was bolted purposely in the wrong position, so you could see that it was definitely in an inconvenient location,
Yeah.
and it just says bonding MBJ main bonding jumper. That's all it said, and you're just supposed to figure it out exactly where it goes in that switchgear. And the same thing happened for that one switchgear in Walmart. Um, that was missing. I don't even know what shape it was supposed to be. A U?
I don't. I don't know. I
Yeah.
wasn't there. I didn't look at it.
Sounds like a
What?
dangerous narcakes. Yeah.
Um,
What's up, Matt?
I think the biggest thing that I notice when folks are building a house nowadays is how few times the foundation is correct.
Oh yeah.
That's Nothing else can be correct if the foundation isn't correct.
Yeah. Hey guys, am I echoing on your side?
No.
I'm echoing on my side. So if they hear a double echo, I will leave and come back. Thanks, YouTube.
Okay. But so I'll watch and like they're not tamping it down properly, like they're not compacting the earth properly before they come in and lay concrete because they're in such a hurry that the simple things, the things that should be done first, are often overlooked because it's too much trouble or it would take too much time. Having the cure, a cure on the concrete before you begin building on it, seems to be a bigger issue these days. We have full basements here because we're in Tornado Alley, so we have full basements in a lot of the houses, maybe not most, but a lot of the houses around here, and you're seeing them. They're literally just going in, they're carving out the earth, they're not putting down the 6 to 12 to 18 inches of rock
Gravel.
underneath it.
Yeah.
They're just
Wow.
going in, they're putting a prefab uh, basement in, and then they're just filling back around, so that none of the irrigation's right. Those houses are going to leak in the future. The walls on those basements will collapse in because as seepage gets into the earth, that pressure goes straight to the walls of the basement, and then you're going to have issues on it.
Yeah. Charlton
That's
says when he was an apprentice, his fellow electrician boss said, if it lasts a year, we're in the clear. That's terrible.
perfect.
Matt says required hardware should be bagged. Being a bag must be hooked up if they can do that. Us with a U-shaped. Why not a box? Yeah. This one was a GE switch here, I believe.
Which one of us was in rehab?
Just ignore that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was just curious. I'm way too fat to be an addict. Must have been you, sir.
Oh, that's great. Question. My senior, I have
Oh, you're
two
good, Rob.
options to learn for a 6-month intro to HVAC or auto maintenance and light repair. HVAC. HVAC, you'll never go hungry. So you learn HVAC, you learn the flow of refrigerant, you learn superheat and subcool, and you can diagnose anything. You learn superheat and subcool, which is basically the gauge temperature. So when you put your gauges on, you convert that pressure to a temperature, and then you take your physical multimeter here with the temperature. You get a thermal clamp, like a K type or whatever it is that you clamp on there, and you read the actual line temperature. You subtract those two, and your high side of your temperature and your high side of your actual line. You subtract that. One's your superheat, and you take your low side and you subtract those. One's your subcool. And those numbers alone will tell you anything you need to know about HVAC. You learn them, you'll never go hungry.
Don't go into automotive because most of the guys that are in automotive are looking to get out. I'll just say that it's becoming a wealthy man's business. So some of the scanners, a lot of the regulations
Yeah,
that go into it,
yeah, it's true.
dude. If you're just starting out, you know, it's gonna suck.
I agree. Prodigal, we're not going to talk about too much of that. But yeah, I saw that too, man. There's a time and a place. Right now, this live is not the place to talk about it, but I do understand where you're coming from. Appreciate it, Truth Hurts. What's up, Rodney? What's going on?
I,
No,
I
no
don't even
worries, dude.
see
No
the
worries.
I don't even see the one you're
I'm
talking
scrolling
about.
down slowly. We
Okay.
have. No, we weren't. No, we weren't. You can go climate control. Meanwhile, cars get more useless to fix. Dude, honestly, I'm surprised that I did the brakes on my own 2020 hybrid. We had to put it into maintenance mode just to be able to move the brakes without them risking automatically shutting and cutting off my fingers. So nowadays, it's very important. Any car after 2015, especially a Ford, has some kind of maintenance mode that you need to put on the days of just ripping the wheels off and prying on your brakes and popping them out or overdue without putting things into maintenance mode. It's pretty crazy.
Uh, it took you longer to get it out of maintenance mode than it did to
It
re- replace
it
all the brakes.
it did, and that's the last live we did. So what happened? There was an unannounced addition to the procedure where we had to step on the gas pedal, and we also had to be simultaneously holding the e-brake in the up position to turn it back on.
Yeah,
And the car had to be on ACC, so it was half on, not fully on. And then you're holding all that, and you're holding it for 5 seconds, and then you reach up there and you hit the car to go full on, and then you turn it off real quick. But just before you turn it on, you slam your foot on the brake as hard as you can for half a second. Then you
yeah,
turn it on, then you turn it off. So they added that extra step where you had to touch the brake pedal because to turn it into maintenance mode, you never touch the brake pedal at all. And then to take it out of maintenance mode, you have to touch the brake pedal.
right.
So, yeah, we figured that out finally. But then the car went into full ACC mode, which is when I stopped the live because the car wouldn't start. I got out of maintenance mode, and then I was like, "Well, that's another problem, dude. You guys don't need to know about that." So I just stopped the live. But yeah, the car wouldn't start for about 30 minutes because we probably told it to do too many damn things and confused it. But now things are getting so smart. It's like you're literally at the mercy of electronics. There's nothing physical that you can do anymore to make something work. It's all in the ones and zeros now. It's just like, hopefully this thing doesn't drive us all back to the dealership if you don't pay for it, you know?
Well, that could happen. That could
Yeah.
happen, I suppose. Well, they have that. What they have those programs now where they can shut your car off remotely if you haven't paid, and it'll just sit there. Now, how
Yeah.
would you like for that to happen? Like you're going to work, you're cruising 80 miles an hour down the highway, and the bank's like, "Oh no, this dude owes us money."
Yeah. I don't
Where
think I'd ever get to that point. That would be a serious lawsuit. But yeah,
Hey,
it's getting there. You're ready to go to work and your car won't start.
yeah, just imagine the repo man. Hey, where did you find it? Scene of the accident. That's what it's gonna be.
Have I ever put a thermostat on an extension cord? No.
No.
No. 2013 high roof. The property taxes to change the rotors. Non-reusable hardware. Gotcha. Proper tool. Proprietary tool. What is a high roof? 2013 high roof?
I don't know.
It's a car. Non-reusable hardware. Yeah, damn.
It's
I,
like a
I always try to
transit.
switch out the springs and stuff. I don't know. I tried roofing ghost. Okay, cool. Right on, Law and Order. That's why I haven't diagnosed the program with computers. But that's what we're talking about. How much does that scan tool say? It's like $1,000,
Wow,
and that's the cheap one.
Jamie. Yeah, some of those scanners, like California, they have certain machines that you have to have in order to change fluids in a car, and the machines are like 30 or 50 grand, which to me is ridiculous.
Yeah, since I haven't driven my car for about 2 weeks, I've been driving the Mustang because it's got a recall on it, so I'm trying not to drive it too much. And then the brakes were acting kind of weird. That's why I wanted to change them before I started driving again. And the recalls just keep stacking up. One like you got the same car, so we have the same
Yeah.
recalls. We have
Yeah.
the window may or may not go up sometimes if that happens, right? When you got to hold the button the whole time.
Yeah, I haven't gotten that repo or that one yet.
Problem yet. Okay,
Yeah.
so then we got the 2.5 engine possible
Hi,
failure,
Danny. Hi, Daniel.
and then we've got the with the exhaust system, and then there's like four different recalls on it, and that's one reason why I usually don't like to buy new cars.
He does.
One reason why I always wait to update, like when we have Apple before Intel got a hold of it. They were G4 processors. Motorola made them,
Yep.
and they were super fast, but they were so hot they had to liquid cool the last one, and then they stopped doing that and went to Intel. But we always waited as long as we possibly could to do the updates because the updates always ruin the computer on the first day. And now it's like you got recalls for 2015 for 10-year-old cars, dude. You know?
Yeah, it's well, that is just a sign they're in such a hurry to push things out to get them to market that they're overlooking a lot of the things that would have come up in years gone by. Because I know in the '80s they used to have uh, cars pre-production for 5 years, so that
Yeah.
they could run it through. Like they would test it. They had
What's up, Carter?
facilities that would test all the cars. They would go through how many times can you turn it on, turn it off. Like they used to do that. I don't think they do that anymore.
Sarah says your scan tools under 200 that'll do service resets. That's cool. What's up, Daniel Depot? What's going on?
Virus
Uh,
that they
in
will be.
HVAC, I'm trying to go back to some of these. Yeah, my car was sitting though. That's what I was trying to tell you. My car was sitting, and now whenever I get close to something, you know how you got the sensors, it goes beep beep beep. They're like a higher pitched tick now, and they don't even sound like a regular beep. They're like it's like the speakers underwater. You know what I mean? It just sounds completely different now. And it's like, damn, the car updated because it was sitting for so long. And that's how you get that car out of full accessory mode. If it's on accessory mode, they're like, you have to leave your car for an hour, don't touch it, and hope that it resets. And I'm just like, okay, what if I'm at the park and I got places to go, and the car just decides that it's not going to start because it needs me to wait an hour just to reset? You know, it's just like, how are we even living in this clown society where that's okay?
No, Daniel, he cannot.
So you're talking about doing the brakes and this is what I did to learn all my automotive, and I don't know a lot, but I know enough to either be dangerous or get by, right? I can do my plugs, I can do rotors and brakes, I can do um, brake boosters, I can do master cylinders, I can do everything with the brakes pretty much. Replace anything calipers. I can do shocks, I can do struts, I can do a lot of electrical, intake stuff, I can replace gaskets, all that stuff. I had a neighbor that was literally next door to me when I lived in Hearst, and he was a retired veteran, and he just got out, and he started working for Firestone,
Mm-hmm.
and he started getting all of his certifications throughout there. And while he was doing that, he had a beater car that he was fixing up himself, and just everything on it. Had the engine out of it, learning as he was also training because he needed to put his hands on something so he could relate to the material, right? And he got all of his certifications, ended up being a really, really good technician. But I would pay him to come over and I'd say, hey man, do my brakes for $200. And he'd say, well, I only need 100. And I'm saying, I'm going to watch you and I'm going to bug you and I'm going to ask you questions. Take the 200 and show me how to do it. And he said, okay, well, this is where you put the grease on the calipers. This is what you're going to do for the bolts. This is what you're going to do. You know what I mean? He showed me
Yeah.
every step by step how to do the spark plugs, how to switch the spark plugs while laying on your back and reaching up through the back of the engine instead of having to take off any covers, and all that stuff on the certain car that I had and all the little tips and tricks. And that's how I learned how to build computers. I went to Fry's Electronics. I bought all the equipment. The salesman that was showing me how to, oh, you want this one, you want that one. And then when we got done, I said, all right, you're going to come over and show me how to build this. And he said, well, we have a team that does that here, and I kind of frowned on that. I said, dude, I'll give you $500, step by step, show me how to build this computer. And he did, and he showed me how to overclock it, and he showed me how to install the processor and how much thermal paste to put in, where the RAM goes, where the what the PCIe times 16 is, what the difference is. like all that stuff, you know. And a lot of the stuff that I know is because I took the time to put myself into that situation where the willingness to learn and also pay for someone else's time to do it. So a
Right.
lot of things you don't have to go to class for, especially like breaks. If you find somebody that you know how to do does breaks, hey man, let me give you a couple of dollars. Let's do my breaks. You know, and that's one good way to learn a lot of different skills.
Right. Did you get that stupid thing that said if I could live in a cartoon?
No, I did not.
Oh, God bless you.
Was it a
I
question
wish
on
I
this thing?
didn't. Yeah, it like popped up on my screen. I was
I,
just like,
I
oh
didn't
no, I
select
am
it.
not
I was
reading
like,
that.
no, we're not going to do that one. Let me see
I
if
am
I can
not
choose
going
one.
to do that. Well, for me, a lot of how I learned, I'm a kinesthetic learner, so I have to have my hands on it. I have to have my hands busy in order to learn. So I would just start doing,
Yeah,
and then I would learn like where my mistakes were. That a lot of folks, they're never critical of themselves, so they'll just go through life. They don't know that they're making a mistake until somebody tells them. But if you're actively looking for ways to improve what you do and how you do it, you're always going to find the mistakes. You're always going to say, okay, I could do this. I should do this way this next time. Or maybe I did it right here. I tried it a different way, but it didn't work out the way I thought it would. So I'm going to go back to doing it this way. And you just get better over time doing it that way. Most folks, they don't ever look at themselves and say, okay, where did I go wrong? How could I do it better? They go through their whole life going like, oh, I'm just perfect. You're not.
yeah, yeah. That's a good point. I'm going to leave and come back real quick and see if I can fix this echo. Hang on.
All right. It's actually because he has the whole ocean in his head. He put the microphone in there earlier, and I could hear the ocean inside of his head.
Like this.
See, it sounds like what was Jacques Cousteau.
See, there's no brains in there, just ocean.
That's right,
uh,
Coachonics.
the School of Hard Knocks. Yeah, yeah. The School of Hard Knocks, dude. That's fight or flight. That can be good and bad. I went through the School of Hard Knocks, learning about how bad mold can be. You know, that was we're still learning lessons on that one.
So is Jordan Peterson.
So like a vacuum.
Yeah. Oh, do you think he was sucking that hard? Like
uh,
a whale and a dolphin.
if you're a good dad, you drag your kids and teach them. That's a good idea. I actually asked Keely if she wanted to do the breaks, and she was like, "Nope, hang with friends." I was like, "Okay, whatever."
Hey, Rod, go have a safe trip, sir.
I've
Do
actually
what you
got
need to do.
to I got to do a video on these work pros, so I'm gonna have to do the brakes on the Mustang here or something. I got to do the brakes on something because Work Pro sent me a wrench set to show you guys, and for
What?
70 bucks you get all the sizes, man. I don't have any wrenches, so you know I have to throw away all my tools. So when somebody says, "Hey, do you want some wrenches?" the answer is hell yeah. So
Oh, they're ratcheting too.
yeah, they might be kind of cool. We don't know. The
I don't
gold
know why
gold.
you have to do brakes in order to use a wrench.
I could use them for something, but you know, the 17 mil.
Uh
Uh,
huh.
I always take that orange Harbor. I've done a lot of brakes for a lot of people. I always take that Harbor Freight hammer that's orange. It's like they call it a dead
No,
blow,
dead blow. Yeah.
but it feels like it has sand in it. So I call it the sand hammer because it's like the biggest piece of crap dead blow that you can find. Right? It's just perfect for just tapping wrenches to get that extra leverage whenever you're in there trying to slam on the 17 mil whatever you're doing for close quarters. And yeah, I was gonna put these to the test because these have a different. kind of shape for the head.
Oh, they're biters. Yeah.
And usually I'm not a fan of that, but these, yeah, they're biters. They're not trying to be multiple sizes. So I was going to see, did they get in a bind or something? I need something that's like got at least 70 foot-pounds on it, which typically those calipers are at 70, I believe.
Okay. Hi,
And
Uncanny. Hi, Caleb.
not the calipers, the that whole housing that keeps the rotor on.
Okay.
So yeah, because you got to take that whole piece off to get the rotor off. So that's usually what I would use that for. That's about as big as I go, and if they can work for that, they can work for any homeowner.
Sure.
And if they can't, then they're not good. But for the most part, you don't need a full set of really good wrenches. You just need whatever set you can get your hands on. No coral reef, just the ocean. Yeah, yeah, no brain coral. That's awesome.
I,
What's up,
s-
Caleb?
I mean, there's so many things that you can do with a wrench that don't involve your car.
Sure, it isn't a pea brain. That's what I had in mind though, because I had to do the brakes, and
Okay.
then
You
when
did
I
them.
got the stuff, yeah, well, it was a 7 mil Allen of all things. So I was just like,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
I'll just
I
leave it
was
at that. Like,
I was
what
not
car do you
expecting.
think? What car do you think is out there that is still using a hex head?
My Mustang does, so I was thinking maybe that Ford would. I don't know if you can dodge
Okay.
a wrench. Yeah. He's from Bermuda, so ocean is normal. Yeah, exactly. Germany cars, maybe. We've got that Honda Ridgeline. That's kind of more of a car than it is a truck.
Yeah.
That's probably got those really crappy caliper bolts on there that have the gasket built on them. You know which ones I'm talking about? That are like 3/8 in diameter.
Yeah. For the brakes, they still use 6 point.
You asking me?
There.
Oh, a lot of the cars
I'd
are still use
actually
6 point.
ask
Yeah.
somebody that knows.
After a few beers and wrenches look the same.
Hmm.
When it's
I
not
haven't.
triple square, it's Allen.
Yeah, I haven't had one, and
I haven't read anything that needed triple square, thank God. They
it's
do it
been
purposely,
been
though,
a
just so
minute.
you can't work on it.
Yeah.
They're doing
Yeah.
it.
Do you know why?
Mm,
Because as men, each generation has become less and less capable of fixing or repairing things around their house. Now it's just everything's disposable. But
yeah,
yeah, back in the day, I've shown you. I've got books from the 1950s where they're telling you how to take things apart, what all the parts are, what they do, how to repair things. They've got troubleshooting in there because they expected you to repair it.
right.
By the 1980s, I would say, they didn't expect you to repair it.
Yeah, just replace it. Everything's like that now. Um, yeah,
That's a good tip, P-Dub.
everything's just garbage, dude. Amazon's got nothing but garbage now.
Yep.
All their all their socket sets, all their tools that are just like what is that? The Amazon Essentials? Is that what it's called?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's dude, that is garbage. Do not buy an Amazon Essential unless it's like a plastic shelf that you're going to be putting spices on. Like that's it. What are you pointing to?
Kill you. Kiltronics. Do you know who I told to consult his owner's manual when he couldn't get it out of maintenance mode the other
We
day?
we looked at it and it wasn't in there. You were there for
Okay.
the live. It wasn't even in there.
Uh I don't know. There was probably somebody in there that was annoying me, and I probably laughed.
Oh, that can happen. That can happen.
Yeah, there's just some folks I don't want to talk to anymore.
Soldier led working on the rescue truck had every tool you can think of for
I would
extracting
love that.
patients in cars and bad
I
wrecks.
would love that. I want
That
to
would
use
be
the
pretty
jaws
cool.
of life. I want to use the jaws of life at least once in my life. Not, I've seen them up close as I was getting cut out of a car, but
Wow.
I have never gotten to use them, and I would love to. Oh, I put my
Dang.
head through the roof of a car. Got in an accident. I was not driving. Somebody else was driving. Decided to cut across 4 lanes of traffic in Erie, Pennsylvania, because she said, and I quote, "Oh, I need bread," and cut into the gas station. The We got hit by a bright red. Now remember, it's a bright red Cadillac, and they hit right in front of my door. So when they hit, my head went through the door and the roof of the car and was stuck there. They couldn't get me out. So I was out for that one. But when I woke up, they
You
had the
were
jaws
in.
of life. They had the jaws of life about that far away from my head. And I just said, back up. And I knocked the door off of the fucking car.
The door was half open and your head was out of it.
No, so the door was closed, but
I got that.
we hit so hard, my body went into the door, and my head got stuck between the door and the roof of the car.
The jam, like where the door shuts
Yes, that's where
and the
my
rubber
head went.
gaskets and the seals are.
That's where my head went.
Nice.
I was really not pleased with the young lady who was driving, and I fired her promptly.
Yep, that's a problem.
I know, we were just taking money to the bank and supposed to go right back to the office, but she decided, oh, Brett,
What's up, Apache? What's going on?
I still remember her name. Her name was Maria Mifsud, and I looked at her and I called her a retard.
Amazon Basics had a rebrand of a CLC service bag for half the price. Had the right labels in it. Interesting. CLC makes some nice stuff. Into gens, yeah, exactly.
Look at this. Kansas shows up, Apache shows up, Tool Squatch and Christina. Welcome.
What's going on, guys? I've been trying to celebrate, and I'm like, no one showed up. Now I know why. Oh, dang. Yeah, dude, Tool Squatch hit monetization.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Congratulations, by the way. Hi, Pine Tree.
Now you're going
Congratulations.
to realize the frustration of
YouTube.
monetization and
Yeah.
YouTube and any way they can
Oof.
get you.
I have been in 5 accidents in my life. Not one. Not a single one while I was driving.
Yeah.
And 4 of them I was actually in a vehicle for.
So is he on the partner? Does he still need to qualify for the shorts bonus or not? Is he like fully in now?
He should be fully in. He should be
Okay,
fully in.
nice.
I know him and Dave both the same within weeks of one another. They both got
Oh, nice, nice.
monetization. So
I was gonna make a video.
not yet, not yet. She said,
I was gonna make a video talking about
"Yahoo,
the
you're
do's and don'ts
fully
of
in my
YouTube
closet."
and
Oh God,
starting
no.
and kind of like how the algorithm really works, and you're better off just starting from scratch without anybody helping you because you're going to create your own fan base that's going to be there 100% of the time, and sharing a lot of audience is not the easiest thing on YouTube when you're in the same niche. And
Okay.
for example, you got different vendors that are giving out the same tools, you know?
Yeah.
So it's it's one of those things, man, where you're better off not getting a shout out, getting a whole bunch of subscribers all of a sudden that aren't going to stick around and watch, and then you're not really good at making videos yet,
Right.
and you're still learning. So you need the growing pains to become where you're at. You know what I mean? Knowing what we know, we can make a channel, and it could kind of thrive overnight because we've got the flow, the comfortness behind the camera, what how to edit. There's so much to it, man, where it's a lot harder to grow and get monetized with an audience that's expecting something of different quality, because you just don't have the quality videos. My videos sucked 2 years ago. My videos sucked a year
Right.
ago. I only just started making more than, I was looking at the thing. I think I was making about 500 last year, the most
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
now, and now we've tripled that, which is great.
Oh, I haven't even
Um,
looked. I don't know. I know that I have doubled my income on YouTube every single year
yeah,
since I
yeah.
started. So that's been pretty good. Uh, Let me look. I'll just look for
The best
2025 real
content is
quick.
on Juan's channel. So yeah, one of the best things about starting off is you get all these companies that want to send you stuff, and I'm gonna be honest with you right now. If I make a video for these guys or whoever it is, doesn't matter who it is. It could even be not quite Klein Tools because they've got that niche now. But if I made a video for these guys here and they said, "Hey, will you do a review on my DJI Action thing here?" And I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah, dude, this thing's awesome because it actually extends all the way out, and then you can add
Nice,
a
Harry.
tripod on it, and then it's pivoting this way so you can get the up and down, and it's built robustly." It's not my niche, so YouTube's just not going to push it out. So you got kind of free practice, right? You get a free tool
Yeah.
and you get to practice your craft. But as
Right.
far as somebody watching your video about something that you're not even a niche in, like a laser table, which I think they're pretty good on his channel, but somebody watching something like that, uh, it's not what you signed YouTube to do. YouTube's like, hey, man, where's the tools?
Towel warmer.
Like the towel warmer they wanted to send you. Yeah. You right now, while you're still small, well, you're kind of big now because you've got, how many subs does he have now?
I don't know. 9,000. I want
Yeah,
to
see,
say.
that's crazy. That's crazy for 8 months, 10 months.
I don't know how long. 10 months, I think.
Yeah, dude, that's great. But you're not going to get 10,000
8,500.
views. Yeah, dude, that's
8,500.
awesome though. But you're better off before you completely seal your niche and you start getting like a
Six.
really really loyal following. Get
6
as much
months.
stuff as you can. 6 months, dude. That's great. Get as much things as you can. Make as many videos as you can, and just try to perfect your craft as soon as you can. No awkward pauses. Don't stare at the camera before you start the video. Um,
Some people still do that.
some people still do that. So it's and we've told them, and they won't stop, and then they get mad at you, and then they, you know, it's
Have a
it's kind
hissy
of
fit.
funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They all you've ever done is try to help people. And then they get mad when you try to help them, and it's like, dude, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Um,
That's why I don't like. I don't really try to help anybody anymore. If you
yeah,
ask, I'll answer a question or whatever. I give you some advice, but I don't try because it almost always ends up with people just getting mad at me for some reason.
yep, yep. But yeah, I can make a video on this light right now, which I like. I could talk about this light. I'd be happy if they sent me a light, but the value is only $15. It's no longer worth my time for what I make.
Right.
But I could make a video about this light. It's going to get 200 views on my channel. You guys don't want to see no damn light.
No.
Now it's going to be evergreen because anyone looking for this light will eventually find this video and they'll be like, "Oh, is this light cool?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, it's cool. It does this and it's USB-C and all that stuff, and it'll eventually do good." But as far as the push out for the instant return, there is none, and that's when you start charging for your videos. Once you start
That's true.
getting that following and you start doing what you're doing. So there's certain people, well, I'll just take the product for free. But then there's some people it's like, dude, it's going to cost you because no one's going to watch this damn video.
I'm in the it's going to cost you category. Actually, that's not even true because most of the time, if it is not within my niche, I don't I don't take the product. I get offered in a month. I'll probably get offered 200 to 300 products.
Yeah.
Most months, I'm like, nah, I don't. I'm not interested. I
I'm,
don't
I'm
need it.
strategically trying to build something with WorkPro. Um, I like the quality for the price, dude. I found them during Black Friday last year because you told me about them and you said, hey, they make some pretty decent stuff. And I was like,
Yeah,
I don't know. But then I picked this damn thing up for like $5
yeah,
and the bubbles still don't spin. And the magnet on it's like really, really decent for what it is.
sure.
Some of their stuff is fairly decent for the price. So I'm
So,
hoping to, you know, kind of have that medium road of quality.
Caleb, the reason those videos aren't doing as well is because the YouTube algorithm has known you for tools. When you do
Right.
something other than tools, the YouTube algorithm goes, we've got no audience for this for you. So they don't push it out. The only people watching your videos are your current subscriber base, your ride or dies, your diehard folks. Like I will be making a video on the e-bike. I don't expect folks to watch it, but it's something that I'm interested in, but it's outside of my niche. So I'll release that like midweek, 1 week, and then follow it up within 2 days with a video within the niche that will get pushed out because I don't want to hurt my channel. Now,
Right.
if you don't do that and you're doing non-tool related videos,
Like zombie live streams.
yes, you're not, and then you're letting those fester on your channel, or you're doing multiple ones of those on your channel,
Confuses the hell out of the algorithm.
that what'll happen is your channel will slow down.
Yeah.
Like overall, your whole channel will slow down because they're like, oh, we've got these videos that are floating out here that aren't doing well. Maybe the audience isn't there. So then
Right.
they'll pull back. They'll pull
Right.
back on your channel, and you have to pump out twice, 3 times as much
Mm-hmm.
to get it back as you did before. And the other thing that'll hurt your channel, and I'm not going to point any fingers at anybody that would be
I don't
doing this
I don't do anything
stupid
right on YouTube.
stuff.
I do the worst things on YouTube you could possibly do.
Yes.
What's up? What is it?
No descriptions.
Yep.
Like you get 5,000 characters in your description.
Yep. Zero descriptions.
Use use
Zero
5,000
tags.
characters.
Terrible
You
thumbnails.
yeah.
No SEO. Uh, no video after this video. No recommendations. No hashtags. No
Yeah.
nothing, man.
Yeah. Caleb, if you want the projects to work out, then you have to stop doing the tools. To stop altogether doing the tool videos
Yep.
and concentrate on just doing the projects and make that the primary focus of your channel. It can't be, you can't cross niches on YouTube because the
Yeah.
algorithm will not push you. If you look at his videos, the day after he does a zombie live stream video and then releases a long format video, the long format video doesn't do as
No,
well.
it's not going to do any good. Or the live stream versus the live stream. So it just depends on what you're doing, and ultimately what you want to do. I like the live streams because you guys get to hang out in the chat and you guys get to interact with each other, and it's a fun time, and I get to relax and not think about anything for a little bit other than trying to not get my face bitten off. So
Yeah.
it's a win-win, but it does not help YouTube. I'm not going to stop
It,
doing it.
yeah. And the other thing is, don't make multiple channels right away.
Right.
At least wait until you have one channel that's done really well. And when it's done really well, and I'm talking like, you know, no, it's not milk. It's mango punch.
Nice.
When you've got like 50, 70,000, maybe then you can branch out to another channel because then you've learned like this is what it takes to become successful at YouTube.
Right.
All the ins and outs. You'll know how to set up your videos. You'll know how important the lighting is. You'll know how uh, to edit really well. You'll be able to figure out exactly how many um, like links you can use to get the video. Uh, you'll know how to market yourself on other platforms
Yeah.
like TikTok, like Facebook or Instagram, or on and on and on. That it takes time for you to learn that. And if you're not going to
Yeah.
learn that and you're trying to do like be all things to everybody, it's just like anything else. You're not going to do any one thing well
Right.
and then all things suffer.
Right. It depends on how you do it. Every once in a while, you'll have a video that will stand out that's off topic, but it works so well that it does well. I've got the Mustang headlight video, and that video makes me about
Hmm.
$50 a month, which is pretty decent.
Yeah.
And that's one video, and it's those damn headlights because we had to take the whole wheel well off. I took the wheel. I had to take the wheel well off. We had to the light's basically floating on little spring steel that's like 16 gauge little paper clips, right? And I was filming it, and the GoPro did whatever, fully corrupted the footage. Okay. And it was a pain in the ass to install these lights. And then I realized that I had no more footage, so I had to do it again just for you guys. And I let you know in the video, I was like, no, I'm like yelling at the camera, dude. I was so freaking pissed off. We bolted everything back together, and then I had to do it again.
Yeah.
And I'm describing my frustration, and it was a really good video because everyone else was frustrated at the same time while they're having to do it, and it just fit really good. That video does very well. Has nothing to do with tools, but you might get that one-off video that does well, um, but that usually doesn't work out.
Yeah. Uh, Josh, Big Salad, Tool Squatch, whatever you prefer. I know I prefer calling you Big Salad. What you're going to end up having to do is kind of like what I do. I literally will shoot content one day and I'll have 4, 5, 6 videos shot in that one day. Then I'll pick another day and edit. And not on the not on the long formats because I only do one of those. But that's what I do. I'll make a bunch of videos one day. You'll see me wearing the same shirt typically, but I've gotten even better because now I'll do like 4 or 5 videos one day or one week. I got ahead, and then I'll do it another week, and I'll do 4 or 5, and then I'll just switch them up. Like I'll move them back and forth and make it so that you don't notice that I'm doing as many at one time as I am. And
Yeah,
I also that way I can pick and choose like what videos I want to come out, maybe what videos I want to remake because I don't like the way it looked. I don't like the way the pacing of it or whatever.
right,
And
right.
I use CapCut so on
There you
my
go.
phone. and that makes it really
Uh,
easy.
George has been a member for 28 months, man. Appreciate the support. Thank you.
Thank you, George.
And owns one shirt that the inspector gave.
Sure.
CapCut transcribe features for more sound protection saves you 90% of the editing time. Yes, absolutely. Just started CapCut recently. It does help a lot. Um,
The
I
only
use
thing
Filmora.
I Yeah, the only thing I use Filmora for is silence detection. I don't even try to edit in the app or on my computer with Filmora. I'll literally just run everything through silence detection. I'll
I
put it
appreciate that,
in
Cody.
the order. I'll put it in the order that I want it. Then I'll download it, put it into CapCut, and edit in CapCut.
Apache Blah, 3 million subs. 28 months, member. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the support.
Thanks,
Apache.
Hufar. We appreciate all the love and support you've given us over these many seconds. And if I had a message for you, I'm pretty sure YouTube won't let me say it.
You're probably right. You're probably right. I guess I've got the ego video. We don't even need permission to release it. I can just release it and then hopefully they approve it.
Yeah, that's what I did. I am a simple child. Yes.
I'll probably put out the ego video after this.
Love is a little strong.
They're definitely paying us for it, so enjoy it. It's pretty cool, man. The blower itself comes with two 4.0 batteries for $400. One battery's almost $300 by itself. I put the 4.0 in the string trimmer today for the first time.
Yeah.
Dude, if you think that a high output battery makes a huge difference on an impact, not like this. The 2.5 to the 4.0 makes these tools like come to life. It's actually crazy. Even on the blower, it will only go up to 2 bars. And when you put the 4.0 on, you can physically see it go up to 4 bars.
Yeah. I'm
It's
surprised that you didn't know this already.
I don't watch anyone else's content on stuff because I want my reaction for it. And I purposely don't watch a lot of it. I said this before. I'm a really horrible supporter. I support you guys verbally. I'll watch your video if it's not something that I'm
Yeah,
really really interested in.
he does.
But my direct competition, I don't watch their stuff. I don't want to. If I do, I got that. Close the door. You face planted. Nice. Close the door.
I don't think I have the flex trim router.
Yeah, I don't have the. I almost bought the trim router, but instead I bought the rear handle saw, and I don't have any regrets.
Oh no, Denny, he watches every single second of a bear video.
Of a
He
bear
can't get
video.
enough. He cannot get enough of Jeff
You know what
King.
I liked about the Bears channel was he had some political stuff that was like warning you about, what was going to be in stock and what wasn't. But as far as tool videos, man, he doesn't know anything about tools.
We are aware. You're
But
not
something
wrong.
interesting is going to be happening here because you guys know, and I told the Klein person this today. I've been fairly critical on a particular channel um, that talks about a lot of Vito and a lot of Vera and a lot of tools that personally I just don't like them. I don't understand it. You're entitled to your opinion, but there's a lot of things that overall I don't agree with this person's idea of what a tool being good is. We're probably going to be collabing pretty soon, so it's going to be interesting. American Electrician and I are probably going to be meeting in Klein's factory, and we're probably be signing NDAs, and they're going to be handing us some tools to get our opinion on them before I guess anybody else, not even the normal team that does the tool testing. So that should be pretty cool. It's going to be interesting. Uh, I don't like the Vera stuff. My hands just don't fit it. I don't mind the tips, but there's just a lot of stuff, man. I feel like a lot of people on YouTube, especially, will talk about something just so that they can tag it, so that people will buy it. And if I take your attention to right here,
The Knipex
the
insulated.
well, these aren't even insulated.
Oh,
Every one of these is from Josh, and Josh bought these because he watched YouTube, and they said that they were just the best tools ever. And every one of these, you can see the size on them. They're very, very, very tiny, and you can't hardly do anything with these. And it's kind of why I made the channel, is to prevent just the BS and to call people out when they say something's great and clearly it's not. Um, so over time, I've kind of evolved my opinion on these a little bit. They strip number 10 really nice.
they
They
are size for your
feel
hands, Christine.
pretty good. I just, after being in the field for years, I still disagree with this movement here. This is as much as they're open right now. I'm not
Uh
touching
huh.
them. That's how much they're open. If I stretch them like this and then I let them go,
Yeah.
that's how much they're open. They do not fit Romex. You have to extend your hand out to use them. I don't need to extend my hand out. I don't need any more motions than I've already got in my life for doing this for a lifetime. What feels
Yeah.
like a lifetime. I think it's a bad idea to add this motion to your regiment of motions for every day. That's my personal opinion. Do they strip nice? Yes. Do they cut nice? Yes. Do you have to extend your hand out?
Mm,
Also, yes. That's a problem for me.
poor Caleb. Um,
They're
I
not
don't
meant for
know.
Romex.
It's not a problem for me.
Yeah.
Mine open up all the way.
What
So
are they meant for, though? The price tag is meant for the industrial electricians like you. So, industrial, I've done years of industrial. You rarely touch your clients. You are going to be using strippers. I'd agree with that. You're going to be using 14, usually, probably thousands of feet, a number book, uh, a pro turn, or some kind of wee screwdriver, something with a, was that a 2.5 or a 2.1 millimeter tip? Still waiting
you'll
on your
get it
heat gun
fine.
from Acme. Yeah, you're going to be waiting for a while. The Knipex pliers wrench for comfort grip. I would agree with that. I kind of wish I did have a Knipex plier wrench with a comfort grip. I've got the Knipex 7 1/4. Like, I got all of the basics.
Yeah.
Uh, this has actually been a really nice tool. These are the ESs. For me, this makes more sense in this size than it does a full size, because these are going to be like replacing needle nose, and they're not going to get the same leverage as a basic set of Cobras.
Yeah.
For an electrician, you don't want a full size of these to replace your actual channel locks.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
John wants you to try the Harbor Freight Doyle screwdrivers, heavy duty screwdrivers. Test them
Yeah,
out.
I'm gonna have to. We got to test a lot of things. I've got so many things on the hop right now.
Klein is the
Uh,
new skill.
it seems like I'm gonna have to get some time to go down to Klein and see what they want too. Klein is the new skill. Knipex will
Long
kill
black
Klein.
shirt.
I
No,
don't
we
think
don't.
so, man. I don't think that Knipex beats Klein. Uh, Klein has rebranded NWS Cobras.
Yeah.
The NWSs are actually really nice. The ratchets suck. They're just rebranded tools. They might not be that good, but that's one reason why they're inviting me down to get my opinion on what they're doing. They've welcomed all of the negativity I've given, all the constructive criticism. All the praising, of course, is welcome, but they're welcoming it all, and they're trying to do better. And I don't see very many companies doing that.
I just want you to know that with Kansas and Jimmy here, we now have 40 actual people instead of 41 because they only count
Oh,
us a half a person
as a
each.
half, yeah, it's true. They
That's
they
what
got to hit
happens
the
when you
they
have
got to hit the
size.
like button twice on two different accounts for it to count.
Yeah, yeah. That's the way it's got to work. Sorry to tell you, blue balls, but that's the way it works. My Civic is fast, so it's fun. Okay.
So it's fun. Nice.
The tallest two of them all. Even in a short man competition, you two stand head and shoulders below the rest.
Milwaukee for anything that's a nut and a bolt. For Knipex for anything electricians, cutter strip. Rigid for pipes. Ah, Milwaukee.
You're just jealous because you're only a quarter the man I am.
Milwaukee makes badass pipe wrenches. Is that true?
No, their pipe wrenches suck nuts.
Can't be true. I
It's
can't think
true.
of anything Milwaukee makes really that's not replaceable by another brand. Like you got Knipex, you can't replace the Knipex.
Oh, that's not true because Harbor Freight is 100% copied Knipex.
Yeah,
It's all right, Jimmy. We didn't expect you to admit it, but it's
you're
it's
so
very
far
clear.
away.
It's very
5 months for Metabo HPT 36-volt router.
perfect. I got mine right over there.
That one's got the plunge built in, right?
Oh, that one. No, I've got the trim router.
That's why I'm talking about the half inch. That'd be a beast.
I bet it would
I
be.
thought you couldn't have hands with torque, but my hands. Your Honda has torque. Honda with torque. You couldn't have a Honda with torque, but your Honda has torque. Honda makes great race cars, man. Do you enjoy driving a roller skate? All right, I don't even know, John. I turn pipe with the rigid and the Milwaukee. Yeah,
I
I would
guarantee.
use a rigid. I'd use a rigid before Milwaukee.
Yeah. If he's talking about the pipe wrenches, I guarantee it's because he doesn't own the Knipex, the Cobras. Because if he did, he wouldn't be talking about it.
Yeah, dude, I've had my not this particular set, but I've had the same set since 2010 until 2023, and maybe 2008 actually is when I discovered them. They just don't break. They just don't break. There's only one way to say it. They do not break.
Hi, Chrome.
I had the 12-inch pair, and I put heat shrink on the handles for years, like the best grip ever. I showed you guys a heat shrink cold shrink. Put cold shrink on the handles. It's about as good as it gets. Doing pretty good, Chrome. What's going on?
We're here.
What does that say? We broke 3 at the state.
Sure.
You can't even keep what he's talking about.
It's all right. You're not missing anything.
You broke 3 running 3-inch rigid. Get
Yeah.
a job. I've never actually gotten the larger Cobras, so I don't think. Yeah, 2.5 is the biggest that those 12 inches will go. You're going to get the King drill to test it out.
All right.
225
The
horsepower.
Craig drill? No, I hadn't planned on it. No.
Is it rebranded Cobalt?
I think it's Maybe it might. I don't know. I
Sayer
don't know.
seems to think it is.
I don't know.
Have you tried Knipex Step Cuts XL? No, because I'm a man and I don't need to do a step cut. The ratcheting cutters, the bandsaw. There's a bunch of things I don't need.
Brother.
I don't need an extra pair of pliers to make a cut on something. Like, you think about it, you're not going to be happy with that cut. You're going to have half
Yeah.
of it cut and then you're going to cut more. It's not going to be straight. That's another gimmick tool that YouTube told you to buy. Like, can you
True
imagine?
that.
Can you? Hang on. Shoot. Hang on. Let me see if I can get this. Oh. I plugged this ground in the wall to hook it up to the what's it called? And now it's like actually stuck. Yeah, I'm ripping the fucking wall out. Oh.
You know, if you jiggle it more than twice, you're playing with it.
No, I bent it into a hook that way it wouldn't fall out, and I was right. It does not fall out.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Like, so we got these right here. Right? Can you imagine making a cut? I can keep one of this. Cutting right here, like this, and then getting another bite at it. And it's large wire, so they're designed to kind of chew at it, right? And you wind up with that step, which is not straight across, right?
Yeah.
And then you couple that with 13 conductors, like the size of the number 12, or something like that, where it's just not straight through. I, or like a DLO cable where it's just a bunch of fine strands and you just got like this freaking jagged haircut.
Yeah.
I can't think of a situation where I'd need step cuts to not have a straight across shear cut. And ratchet cutters now are so cheap. And then you just got a straight across cut. Like, look at the difference there. That's another tool that I just will not be showing you guys. Now they got that one ratchet that's the stripper. It's got like that wheel and it kind of ratchets as it cuts.
That who farted's mom? Oh, I'm sorry. You said a stripper. I
Yeah.
naturally assumed you were talking about her.
XHHW. XHHW is the insulation. So there's a bunch of different types of wire in the XXHW. But yeah, the retro cutter's $200. I did a lot of industrial where we would have tray cable, and the
Now.
tray cable itself has like a rubber. It's almost more like a slick kind of hard jacket, but it's made of rubber. And then on the inner jacket, it actually has a full-on tinfoil layer that's a lot thicker than tinfoil of copper all the way around it.
Uh-huh.
And then inside that cable, it's got 3 individual larger conductors, maybe like number 8, that's in there with extra shielding and grounds, because when you run on tray cable or you run on a cable tray, you need to have shielding when you're an industrial because you got, low voltage next to it and all that other stuff. That would be really nice for that. That cable's like $20 a foot. So that makes sense for that step cutter. Everything else, you wouldn't need that. You're only going to need that step cutter when you're dealing with cable like that. Everything else, razor knife. All day.
Charlton, who's not a lady?
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
tray cable would be helpful.
yes, but no.
You don't have to show shielding anymore. That's okay. That's a good thing. It's not to show the shielding. It's just got to be there. We ran into a situation where all of our cable was tray cable, and it had a shield. And typically, you land one side of the shield, and the other side doesn't get connected. And we had situations where people were making up the shield into the ground, and then they were actually landing it. and it was creating like a capacitive effect where we couldn't get the electromagnetics off of the circuit, and it
Yeah.
wasn't letting the holding contact release because whenever you hit that start stop button, you hit that start, when that motor's running, the electromagnetic force keeps that holding contact stuck even though you've only momentarily pushed the button,
Yes.
and it was not allowing motors to turn off. And we had a dude come down there with an oscilloscope and look at the actual sine wave and see what was going on. And yeah, I don't want to get too nerdy with it, but it was pretty cool.
No. Jimmy.
Your 2.4 cylinder with an 11-to-1 compression turns into 8,300 RPM. It sounds pretty
Okay.
nice, actually.
That's right, Apache. That's right.
18 gauge speaker wire. Yeah, nice and flexible. Work with engineering now, not inspectors. You almost never see inspectors for industrial, like ever. And when you do,
That's
they're messing up. There's a cable called Okanite, which is like giant MC cable, basically.
Mhm.
Typically, if you got a 200 amp panel, you would have a number 6 ground, for example. Okay. So you pull this cable for a 400 amp panel. Your ground size is too small to use that same cable. You have to special order for a 400 amp, overcurrent device for the ground size. We'll run into the situation where these guys will pull like 6 large cables with 500s in there. They've only got a number 3 ground for 400 amps because that's what 500 is good for. They're going for like 2,000 amps because they've still trying to stack the cable.
yeah.
And you go back and you're like, dude, this is all wrong. Pull it all out. It's just like crazy. I see crazy stuff.
I'm just saying, you opened yourself up to a whole can of trolls.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean,
Oh, you got
John
the
doesn't
trim
think
router.
you know how to read.
Oh, maybe. Let me see.
no, no, maybe. We've gone through this for 4 years now.
I don't see John's comment. Oh,
It
you
was
can't read for
about
shit.
the.
Oh yeah. No, I can't see. I can't see for shit. I can read it now, but I gotta be like this close to it. I'm blind,
My
guys.
God, we know.
George, how do you like the router for Flex? I've been eyeballing that for a
My
while, but
God,
just haven't pulled the trigger on it.
I'm just gonna say, one code book. I call it a night.
Out of here. That's a few home runs, yeah. John, maybe it's because nobody cares about your tiny
Ugh,
engine.
ugh, too farted. I think it's more that you're boring me. You're not even good at this. You just whine a bunch, and you actually you come off like a prepubescent girl.
Bring me the phone. Did the city phone ring? Okay, we're good. Okay. All right, let me grab this code book. Let's get out of here. We're out of here, guys. We got to get.
Woo.
Oh, what did he say? What did he say?
You come off that egg. All right, homo.
That's
You're
the
full
best he's
on.
got.
You're full on.
You guys ever deal with load, break, switch? Was working the outage. The regular electrical guys didn't know if it was fused or not. It didn't open safely. I don't know what a load break switch is. Just a switch? Nope. Is that medium voltage? I don't know. I don't know.
Don't.
I've messed with air switches where you literally have a puff of air that blows the arc away when you open them.
Hmm.
Been infrared on those. They have
It's good to know that
sapphire.
it's so little you can do two things at once.
They have sapphire for the windows that you scan through.
So he can hold the tweezers and his phone at the same time.
Let's see here.
I swope.
Are they changing Boxwell with Wago connectors? Nope. Actually, sometimes the Wago connectors will save you a bunch of space. It just depends on how you use them. But I really don't like Wagos, man. There's something about the wire just spinning in there all freely, just not settling. But sometimes you just got to use them. But they need a 4-port Wago. They only make a 5 and a 3. So if you've got two devices, right, and then you got two wires coming in, one coming out, that would be 4 ports common. But they only make 3s and 5s. So the 5 is like too big, and the 3 is too small. So you just can't win.
No, you can't win.
What's a swope? What's going on? We gotta get
getting
out of
ready
here.
to leave.
Yeah, we're getting ready to leave. I just about to pull out the code book. Right here. Uh, uh, uh.
Jimmy, even if it were small, it'd be bigger than you. Like your whole body. I'm not saying that you're not even the pimple on a grown man's butt.
Whoa, what's up, Russ? You're just in time for all the trash talking. He's about to make Who Farted cry. Just
Oh no,
logged
that's
in.
Beluba. Who farted is just he's just saying stuff. It's just nonsensical most of the time. He's just crying about something or another. It's like he doesn't know he's a bitch, but he makes sure everybody else does.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Shots fired. What's he going to say?
He's probably gonna cry. See?
That was a pretty good comeback.
Oh,
Love the video, the best on YouTube from. Yeah, I
actually,
appreciate that.
the only comeback he's ever had is a burp, and that was
Oh,
from his
damn.
brother.
Oh, Jimmy's coming in with the fire. Stop the nonsense. We're getting out of here, Russ. We're just roasting each other. Yeah, we gotta get out of here. So I gotta go meet with Klein and then possibly collaborate with
Who you
American
were just a
Electrician.
nothing. You were a nothing yesterday. You'll be a nothing tomorrow. You're nothing today.
Not the mom jokes. We gotta get out of here. We'll see you guys later. Take it easy. Anything you say?
No.
We'll see you later, guys.